Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's get it going. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. The MLB is back. All right. And this weekend series is presenting a lot of opportunities. We have a huge card. Shout out to yesterday, everybody except for the Miami Marlins and the Chicago Cubs bullpen. Okay. And I think for those of you guys that watch my channel and you're, partaking in the day-to-day activities here on the Better Mark, you know exactly what I'm talking about because the brooms almost came out once more, and the streak continues. We're going to keep cashing tickets here on the channel. So for those of you that are subscribed, awesome. And shout out to the channel members, okay? For those of you that have signed up for a channel membership, there's a lot of cool stuff coming down the road for you guys, a lot of exclusive benefits, and also I know a lot of people have been cashing tickets, and that's a great way to give back to the channel. I don't charge for picks, but it's a great way to say thanks from time to time. So I appreciate you guys. Yesterday was a very good day as well. If we could have had the under 10.5 runs come home within the Cubs-Marlins game, that would have been an excellent dotting of the I. But we're able to cash with all the other plays that we gave out here live on the channel. And this is one where we have a lot of plays I'm going to be running down. I have actually a huge 4 games, 4 picks for my official plays. We're going to get a little bit riskier here on today's card, dive into a lot of run lines. But I also have a couple leans that I'm heavily contemplating putting on the card as well. So I might end up betting 7 baseball games today. So that's a lot for me, for my style of betting. So obviously it's not for everyone, but I'm going to share with you guys each and every play that I have within today's card. So let's get down into it. Make sure you guys, like I said, subscribe if you have not yet done so down below. Smash that like button, and please let me know what you guys are on for today's games as well. Always like interacting with you guys in the comments. And let's get down into the picks, okay? And this is what we're looking into, the odds jam. We're going to break down the first game on the card, all right? This is where we look into the Tampa Bay Rays and the New York Yankees. Eflin going against Nestor Cortez. Cortez is, by all accounts, in the same limelight, just on the other side of the rubber, as Zach Eflin. Great with strikeouts. 2 kind of mirrored pitchers, right? If this game wasn't being played in Yankee Stadium with the short porch, I probably would be more inclined to play this game. But I do like the Yankees as a strong lean for a minus 130 price. They kind of have Zach Eflin's number from a statistical split standpoint. Okay, you look at some of the offensive metrics, some of their big sluggers out there. The Yankees definitely shine through against Eflin, so that's something where I'm looking to play this game. But they're on that almost made the card category for me on today's plays. Okay, next one out there is the Detroit Tigers and Minnesota Twins. No play for me in this game. Reese Olson, Bailey O'Bear. Can't really handicap this one because the likes of the Twins and the Tigers. The Twins are 6-12 on the season. The Tigers are 11-9. I probably would have reversed that if we could go back before the season, and I would have gave you guys a preseason prediction. But it is what it is, and this is one where we look into this game a little bit farther, and I can't really give you guys an indication. I could see this being 4-4 late in the game. No real true feel. We don't have an edge betting it, so especially with this kind of slate where you have 16 games on the card, we're just going to cross this one off. You don't need to bet every game. That's just kind of how I go about it. I look to narrow the field, right? Give me 3, 4, 5 great plays versus 12 volume plays that just betting the bet. It's just how I do it. That's my strategy. Some people are volume bettors, and that's great. A lot of people have success doing it. I'm just telling you guys what I do from a day-to-day basis, and you can do with it what you like. All right, next game up is the Brewers and the Cardinals. This is one that almost made the card as well. I do love this play. I do like taking the over 8. You can find that at a price of minus 118. Miles Mikolas, I'm always in the business of fading him, playing runs against Mikolas. Something where the Brew Crew 12-6, winning on the road extra innings yesterday in a very letdown spot for the Cardinals. Goldschmidt, Arenado, both not able to come through late in the game for the Cardinals with their comeback attempt that they had. So this is one where, I do like the Brewers in this matchup, but I don't like the pitchers. So we are going to look for a lot of runs being scored. That's something where I really favor this over 8. I think the number is actually going to creep up to 8.5, possibly even 9 by first pitch, 2:15 out there at Busch Stadium. So that's on the almost made the card list. Next game up is an official play. We're going to go back to the well. All right, we're going to see if the Cubbies can come through again. Javier Assad, one of my stronger pitchers that I favor in the Major League ranks, 2-0 on the season, 2.16 ERA. Getting it done from a strikeout perspective, going against the 0-2 sub-8 ERA, Jesus Luzardo. Okay, the Cubs handle left-handed pitchers very well from an OPS standpoint. So I look for the Cubs to win, similar to yesterday, right? Similar to yesterday, I think it's going to be a blowout fashion. Also, this game is a first leg of the doubleheader. So a lot of times you get a team's best effort, and then in the second half you can get, fill-ins, the rosters kind of shuffle around, people get the evening off, especially when the Cubs are potentially going to be looking at a 2-0 advantage leading into that second game of the doubleheader. So I do favor the Cubs. We are going to be taking them on the money line, okay? And within this money line, you can be favoring a price of -144. But I also am going to look for the Cubs. I'm going to show you guys what exactly the number is live. We're going to dive into the run line courtesy of oddsjam, where we can find the Cubs at a +138, -1.5 price. So a little bit of a value because I think of the doubleheader that we have looming. All right, so I am going to be taking them on the money line, but I did indicate that this is a very good value taking the Cubs game 1 on the run line +138. That's the best odds available, courtesy of oddsjam. And for those of you that do not use oddsjam, make sure you guys all use my link down below. Check them out. Promo code is TBM. That will give you 35% off your monthly plan, as well as if you like to go for the annual route. You can sign up for an annual plan, and not just within your day-to-day sports betting, but within the world of daily fantasy. Truly has a leg up against its competitors, an industry standard within daily arbitrage, finding the best positive EV. There's a lot of cool stuff with oddsjam that I use on a day-to-day basis when I make my bets out there in the market. Okay, so check them out, links down below, and let's get back into the picks. All right, so that is the Cubs game. That's what I'll be leaning for. I do like Hassad in that game. And the next one up is the Ronald Blanco against Trevor Williams. Houston kind of coming on strong, and Blanco for that matter, kind of making a little case there for an early kind of sleeper AL Cy Young. So for those of you that are in the futures market, already has a no-hitter under his belt, 2-0, sub-1 ERA, 16 Ks. Very, very strong, kind of little sleeper there candidate if you guys get into those markets. Going against Trevor Williams, another one where you look at the Astros, kind of one of the letdown stories. They're starting to wake up the bat, 7-14 on the season. I'm not going to have a play in this game. It's just too stiff of a price, even though I do like Blanco at a -167 money line or a run line of -103. I'm just not going to take it on the card, okay? And then the next one up is the Dodgers and the New York Mets. Jose Budo, that's one where very strong pitcher, right, going against Gavin Stone. I don't know what the Dodgers are doing. They got absolutely shellacked with Yamamoto on the mound. Shout out to him, though, getting it done. 9 Ks, I think, in 6 innings of work. Able to cash that over 5.5 prop that we locked in yesterday with ease. But that's one where I'm not going to have a play in this game as well until the Dodgers really get their lineup figured out. But if you do get into the zigzag betting strategy within major leagues, this is one where the Dodgers are appealing, going against, albeit a horrible pitching matchup against their favor. I just don't like for the Dodgers to lose too many consecutive games. And the Mets are that comeback story. They turned their season around. I think a lot of people had them as one of the worst teams in baseball to start, I think, the first 6 games of the season. And now look at them. They're kind of the comeback story, the best team since basically everybody called them out. So, but no official play in that one. All right. Boston and the Pirates. This is one where we have Mitch Keller going against Cutter Crawford. Another game where Cutter Crawford, outstanding start to his season, still has not had a decision in his favor, 0-0, but has a boasting a .42 ERA, which is fantastic. 24 strikeouts, where you would lean towards taking Boston, but they're on the road. +105 money line price is juicy. I crossed this game off, full disclosure. I'm not trusting Boston's bats yet, and the Pirates, they can get it done in any game, especially at home. So this will be a no play for me. All right. And then we do have an official play, the Diamondbacks, right? I liked them as a lean yesterday, and we're going to go back to the well. Zach Gallen on the bump, 3-0 on the season, 1.64 ERA, 26 strikeouts. Outstanding. Another great Cy Young candidate with this start to his season. Really leading the way for the Diamondbacks, trying to fire back off of that 10-11 start to the season. This is one where we're going to take the Diamondbacks. I like them on the money line. I think it's a fishy price. It's too low for me, -114. They do have success against the Giants historically. And this is one where I think it should be a higher price, especially with Gallen pitching against Trevor Williams and the Nationals. Okay, I'm sorry. Ooh, I misread that. Against Kyle Harrison and the Giants. Okay, Kyle Harrison 2-1, 4.7 ERA, 19 Ks. I'm just not getting down with it. Right? It's fishy though. It's Gallen versus a guy with a 5 ERA. It should be jumping off the page. If the Diamondbacks were at home, or if they were some of a resemblance of the World Series contender that they were last year, I think we'd be seeing a way different price. Okay, but that's what we're going to be playing. The money line at -114, and extreme value if you think the Diamondbacks can put up some runs, -1.5 on the run line, +145. Okay, but we are going to be locking in that money line as an official play. All right, next one out there. We did touch on the Astros Nationals. Okay, this is also one where it is not a doubleheader. For some reason, I thought it might have been, but this is a game we touched upon already. But we are going to get into the next game on the card, which is the White Sox and Phillies. This is going to be a strong play for me. The Phillies have been kind of a weird, fickle team. 12-8, they've kind of bounced back. We knew that would happen. Too strong of a ball club not to. And the White Sox are entering that worst team in baseball territory, firmly going for that designation. Okay, but this is one where Zach Wheeler, okay, one of my favorite pitchers in baseball, he's 0-3, looking for his first win. This is a great spot for him to go and get it. I think the club's going to rally around him. I love his K-props, 30 strikeouts on the season. That has to be in the top leaders for Major League Baseball in that metric. Definitely has to be dominating in that category. That's a lot of Ks. But the one thing that's going to be kind of getting him is he's 0-3 on the season. Okay, he has not yet had that first official win in his win column. Okay, so look for him to get it done, and I think that's something where he's going to get it done with ease. I do like and favor the Philadelphia Phillies. We're going to be taking them on the run line. Okay, and within this, you can find them. The best price available on the run line is a number where we can find even a -126 out there. Okay, so I look for some extreme value. I think we're getting in that territory where every single game against the White Sox, you basically could be playing the run line. That's just kind of how we're getting into. I know it's something where it's kind of hard to imagine, but it is what we're dealing with. Okay, and there are a lot of numbers that can back this up. Most notably, I'm going to get into a couple things real quick just to back up this Phillies play. Because it is one that I think is very sneaky. Phillies have basically won 4 out of their last 5, and like we talked about the White Sox, not winning 4 out of their last 5. But Michael Soroka, this is something where I think the Phillies could score. We're looking double-digit wins for the Phillies, and I just don't see it. I think this is a multiple-unit play, possibly almost a hammer play, if you will. This is something where I think the White Sox are truly hopeless, and on any given time out on the field, I think that they have the chance to just get absolutely whitewashed in every single contest. But this is one that just glaringly resembles a blowout. So I'm probably going to lay this one pretty heavy. But as of now, I'm just going to give it to you guys as a one-unit play. But it's just something I feel strongly about. So that'll be an official play for sure. All right, next one out there, continuing the trend. All right, we're going to go with the Oakland Athletics Guardians game. We are going to be taking the Guardians in the same kind of logic, -1.5 on that run line. I do see some value in taking them. I think Oakland, it was a great start to their story, but I think that luck has run out. And I think this is one where the Guardians have surprised a lot within what they can do from an offensive standpoint. And what we are seeing right now is the pitcher for Oakland, Alex Wood. Okay, Alex Wood, one of the worst pitchers out there in baseball, one of the worst starters for that matter. going against Logan Allen, which 2-0 on the season. No Cy Young candidate, but strong enough arm to get it done for the Indians. But we are going to be taking the Athletic, going against the Athletics, fading Alex Wood, taking the Guardians -1.5 out there. Okay, that's going to be an official play for sure. I just think it's something where we could see a similar game like yesterday, where the Indians score, 6+ runs, and I just don't see the Athletics getting any more than 4. So I think that's going to be a very good bet for us on the card as well. Okay, Angels Reds, no official play. This is something where we don't really have a feel. Patrick Sandoval, Graham Ashcroft. It's kind of a coin flip game. 500 ball clubs. Pitchers are very eerily similar. One's left-handed, one's right-handed. One is 2-1, one's 1-2. I can't really go any farther into detail than that. I would lean towards taking the Reds at home. It's just too much of a coin flip where there's better options out there for us in the market. Okay. Next game up is one that I actually want to watch, but with the playoff basketball and the boxing match going down tonight, it's going to be one that's going to be hard to get on the TV. But Corbin Burns going against Cole Reagans, a pitching matchup that's kind of one where you never would think it would have happened, right? With Burns going over to the AL and Reagans having his start, 29 strikeouts, sub-2 ERA, left-hander, outstanding pitcher for the Royals, 13-7 on the season. I really like the under in this, okay? I think I like it at a price where we can find it. Bet MGM, we're finding a -115, under 8. It's something where this is going to be on the almost made the card as well, but it's something that I do find some value in taking the under, especially after seeing a little bit of a fireworks show yesterday, cashing that over we had with the Orioles and Royals. Let's do a little zigzag. Let's go under on this one, under 8. That's going to be on the almost made the card. I'm not actually going to lock it in, but you never know with the 7 o'clock start. Let's see how the early bets play out and where the number ends up towards the later in the day. Okay, and then the next two games, the Rangers and Braves. Okay, this is one where we're going to look into this. We're not going to play the Rangers, not going to play the Braves. It's something where we like these matchups. Charlie Morton, Nathan Eovaldi. It's just not something I'm looking to do. I would kind of lean towards taking the Rangers, but I don't bet against the Braves as a rule of thumb, so I'm not going to be playing that. It's just something that doesn't have any kind of advantage to me. All right, so that'll be a no play. The second leg of a doubleheader, I do not play those. I kind of lay away from them, especially in this one where the better team I expect to win by a strong margin. If I do play doubleheaders, it's usually just blindly. I'll bet the loser of the first game, just regardless of who's pitching. It's just a statistic that over time has proved to be true, but no play in the second leg of a doubleheader for the Cubs, Marlins. All right, and then the last two games on the card are going to be the Mariners and Rockies, West Coast games. Castillo, Dakota Hudson. Nothing really going with that one. I would kind of lean towards taking Rockies on the run line at home, +1.5 at a plus value. That's something that always speaks out to me. But like I said, it's not in the top 10 list of things that I like today. So I'm just not going to play it. I don't have to play every game, and that's just kind of how I go about my day-to-day business. All right, so no play in that contest. And then the last game on the card, Blue Jays and Padres. We got Berrios going against Randy Vasquez. Berrios, an outstanding Cy Young candidate as well. 3-0 on the season, 1.05 ERA with 21 Ks. Would lean towards the Blue Jays on the road on that money line at a +100 price. That's some strong value. The Padres, though, they can put up runs. They are at home. That's something where we've seen that. But I do think that with Randy Vasquez pitching, we can see some value taking the Blue Jays, especially him making his first start of the season, I believe, where we can see the Blue Jays getting ahead early and just kind of letting Berrios dominate the rest of the game into the bullpen. So maybe look into the first 5, maybe the first 7 for the Blue Jays. Take the bullpen out of the equation, but this one won't make the card, so no official play in the last game on this card. All right, and let's just do a quick recap. Here we go. Let's look at my official plays. Right here, we'll look at the Arizona money line, -114. The Phillies, -1.5. Guardians, -1.5. Cubs, -1.5 on the run line. But I am going to be playing the 144 money line will be the official bet. just because of the doubleheader, but I do like it at a run line price as well. That's some great value. All right, and then the almost made the card. These are the three that I talked about. Yankees money line going against Zach Eflin. There's been a track record of success there. All right, the Brewers over 8 at a plus price, and Baltimore under 8 at a value of -115. So that about wraps it up. That's what I'll have for you guys in tonight's card. Congrats for all of you guys that have been cashing tickets. Appreciate you guys. Remember to check out channel memberships down below. Please subscribe on your way out if you have not yet already done so. A lot of cool stuff happening here on the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Cheers.